All right, hello gamers, Muggle here. Today is Friday, August 2nd, and we got some Guild Wars 2 news. They just did a stream on the Guild Wars 2 official Twitch channel called Janthir Wild's Homestead Preview with Richie, Sarah, and Joe. It is about an hour long, and due to common complaint in the past, I won't speed up the video, although I'll be sitting here shaking the whole time because I'm a weirdo that usually watches on 2x. I do this for you, but we're going to watch this because I've heard there is some juicy tidbits in here. And why the power of watching this in the future, and not when it was live, we can fast forward past a bunch of stuff. So, we are going to, let's see, skipping ahead, skipping ahead, skipping ahead, skipping ahead, skipping ahead. See, we've already saved 10 minutes. Joyous day.
We worked on the Homestead feature.
Here we go.
Worked on the Homestead feature.
Oh, God. Okay.
Howdy, folks. My name is Richie Procopio, Senior Digital Marketing.
Sinews on those legs.
Okay, apparently Joko likes Richie. Wow. I actually had a Guild Wars 2 related meme video that went up today where I said if you've got sound problems, you need a Noxxi. Noxxi fixed all my sound issues. These guys need like two Noxxis. Like right now, they need like 2 Noxxis. Also, I'm pretty sure that's Bog Otter, isn't it? Bog Otter was a content creator like me, and then he recently, like in the past year, got a job at ArenaNet. And he works like at the company now. I did not know his real name, so I didn't recognize it by Richie, but I recognize him. So yeah, I think that's Bog Otter.
Specialist here at ArenaNet. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We're going to be showing off a brand new feature.
There's nothing I can do about the audio quality. I am so sorry.
Look at me, I'm so curvy!
Called Homesteads, which is coming in our 5th expansion, Janthir Wilds, on August 20th. It's our take on player housing, and joining me today are 2 amazing individuals who have worked on the Homestead feature. I have Joel and
He's
Sarah.
clipping bad.
Welcome, thank you for joining me. Can you introduce yourself and let everybody know how you were involved in Homesteads? Let's start with Sarah.
All right, hello. My name is Sarah Davies. I'm a senior gameplay engineer here at ArenaNet, and I've had the great pleasure to...
Okay, if it was just her, I want you to know I would turn up the volume. But if I turn it up, the next time Richie talks, he's going to blow us all out of our chairs. So I'm not going to turn up the volume. We will all just have to focus.
Be working on the Homestead feature.
Awesome. What about you, Joel?
Yeah, hi. My name is Joel Eckert. I'm the senior system designer on the Homestead feature, and I have also had the pleasure of helping to work and design on this awesome, cool feature.
Okay, great. We are going to be hopping into some gameplay now, and Sarah's going to be showing off her homestead, and we're going to walk through some features and learn along with the devs.
Can we add closed captioning? At the moment, there is none.
Here today. Let's talk about how do folks get access to the homestead feature once the expansion launches. That seems like a good place to start, and we'll hop over to the game.
Yeah, so you'll get your homestead as you play through the story. Once you get the homestead, though, you'll be given access to...
So this is a character that looks like they're at the human starting spot in just outside Divinity's Reach.
This new mastery skill, the Summon Conjured Doorway, and this is how you will access your homestead once you've been given it in the story. So this doorway acts as like a in-world portal to your homestead, and also like an in-world invitation for other people.
I think they're actively trying to fix the volume because during the time she's been talking, I've quadrupled it. It's like I keep turning it up and she keeps getting quieter. We've gone from 20% to 100 since beginning this.
People to join your party so they can go with you to your homestead.
Amazing. I love how that looks.
Yeah.
A little bit of fantasy elements there. Now, there are some anti-griefing measures that have been put into place about this, right? Because I can already sense the comments.
Yeah, I've already said in one of my videos that I was concerned that one, the world will just be full of doors. Then they said, if you were in the instance already, someone could knock on the door and you could grant them entry. And I was like, okay, well, what if someone just spams knock, 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 knock? I hope they have something for that.
Right? Yeah. Like there's someone who's going to try and put this door on the chest at the end of Chalk Aaron, huh?
Right.
Yeah. So
I put up my portal if you want to show them.
well, you're in my party, so I've got to kick you actually to properly show the anti-griefing mechanism. So Joel, if you go ahead. Yeah, sorry, Richie, but we'll get you back in a second.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, so if we just imagine for a second that Richie has put his portal on top of a chest that I want to loot, this doorway's in the way. But if you interact with it, you have the option to either like join this person's party, or you can just hide it. And this way you can get rid.
Okay, my first thought is that is a solution. I don't think it's a good solution. Because what if 30 people put doors on a box? Click, hide, click, hide, click, hide, click. That's 60 clicks to get to the box. So I would like to see it only show doors for party members, first of all. Only show ones for party or squad members. And then second, then have the hide thing. Because if someone in your party does it, you know where they live.
Rid of any door that's in your way. Also, if you block someone, any door that they summon won't be summoned for you. So just
that's
a little
good.
bit to make
That's
sure
good.
that
So if there's someone
players
consistently
can't
trolling, you can block them.
go and place these doors everywhere and get in your way.
Okay, gotcha. Now, since I'm not in the party anymore, I can interact with this doorway, and in the pop-up, it asks if I want to send a request to the owner's party, and it should pop up for you, so I can rejoin. And that's how we go into your homestead.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and travel.
You know, I wonder though. Let's say I'm going. Hey, I'm going into my my homestead. If anyone wants to mooch the items, because I'm gonna go in there to farm, join up. I wonder if I could just throw up the door, bunch of people mob it, and I just hit accept button until it's full. That might make it easier for the instance owner. We'll see.
And since we're traveling as a party, the limit of how many people you can have in your homestead at once is party based, right? So it's 5.
Yeah,
okay.
5 players in your homestead.
I kind of
Okay,
expected
great.
that, but I wasn't sure. As an example, 5. Hey, Chip woke up. As an example, you know, I also have done the housing in a few other games. A lot of us come from different game backgrounds. I personally have seen housing in WildStar, EverQuest 2, Black Desert Online, and a few other games. Most of those were like 5. Closest thing to housing I ever saw in World of Warcraft was the Draenor Garrison, and that one I could take the whole raid in, but that was kind of an outlier.
Great. So as we're transporting to the homestead, I'll just mention real quick, you may see some temporary icons and some UI, temporary UI elements. Transporting.
I backed it up for a second just to look at the loading screen art. Pretty cool. Got a big house here. It's raised up on stilts, which is pretty common in some parts of the world that have like, you know, uneven ground or like wet ground, you know, like marshes and stuff like that. And you see, it looks like there's some docks here, some fishermen and stuff like that. So it seems like it's like a wet region.
To the homestead, I'll just mention real quick, you may see some temporary icons and some UI, temporary UI elements as well. So please ignore them. They will be ready for the 20th. Don't you worry. And here we go. We are in your homestead.
Yeah. So I guess
Look at the zone.
This zone is what you'll be given. Everywhere is going to be decoratable.
What? Oh, it's something waypoint. Okay,
Except
I was
for
trying
like
to read
this little
that.
circle around the waypoint, and you'll be able to customize it very nicely. So
She's
yeah,
got like a snowy
we got
waypoint.
Joel jumping over here. He's showing off like the first thing you probably see is my fellow Char warband. These are actually alts that I have. Any character that you have logged out in the homestead has a chance to show up in your homestead as like an alt just appearing. So like Meowster Chief, Claw of Connor, Charlemagne.
Meowster Chief.
These are all other characters that I have on my account that I just have logged out in the homestead.
We'll interact with the alts a little bit later, a little bit more, but just real quick, is there a limit to how many alts you can have in?
Yeah, it's 10 of each armor weight, so you can have 10 light,
30?
10 medium, and 10 heavy armor alts in
Wow.
your homestead.
Okay, so 30 of your
So if you've got 11 elementalist alts, you've got to vote one off the island. One of them's about to find out which one you love the least.
Your characters can join you in here, but that's amazing. All right, and how do you choose which ones come in and which ones aren't in?
So if you have more than 10 of a weight class, it's random which ones will come in. But it chooses from any alt that's logged out in your homestead. So if there's someone you don't want in your homestead, just make sure they're not logged out here.
You can make them sad. You can say, you will not be in the homestead.
Exactly. Yeah, I haven't fashioned this character, so you don't get to come show off.
Exactly. All right. All right, so where to next?
Yeah. Joel, would you like to give a tour of the facilities?
Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm going to assume that Joel is in another time zone with a bad connection, and he is just, on a delay. And not that he was just, like, playing solitaire on his other screen and just got caught. Or, Galaga.
You can see right off the back, right from the waypoint, you can actually gather nodes here. So all the harvestable nodes that are from the home instance will appear here. Any nodes that you purchase from the Black Line Trading Company. It's not a double dip, so we don't. It's not like you can go to the home instance and then come back to the homestead and get.
That immediately answers one question I've received a lot this last week. A lot of folks asked me, do you think that we'll be able to farm both? And I was like, I don't think so. They haven't specifically said that you couldn't, but I don't see why they would do that, because they're making it easier to get all the nodes farmed in like 5 seconds in the homestead. Why? That seems like, saving time. But if you could farm it and the home instance, then that would just be an increase of time for an increase of loot. I don't think that's what they wanted. So now we know.
Get more of these resources. It's the same resource collection, so we keep track of it in both places. But we just wanted to allow players to have access to all the same stuff that they have been purchasing in their home instance available in their homestead.
So for anyone who doesn't know, if you have a home instance node, say a home instance copper node, and you mine the home instance copper node in Divinity's Reach, it will mark it as it has been mined in the Norn home, the Sylvari home, the Asura home, and the Char home. Like, all of them share credit. So if you mine it on one, the others, it's gone there also for that day, and it comes back the next day. So that means this one is just kind of being labeled in game as a 6th home instance, so it will share the cooldown with all the others.
And so we also made a few changes to accommodate some of that. So if we go over to the farm area, you can see that all of the resource nodes now are close in section to each other, and so each of the resource nodes types, so the farm, logging, and the mine areas all have the resource nodes all close in hand. So if you wanted to gather the old-fashioned way, one at a time, totally allow that. But one of the things that I want to highlight here is the farm store box. Each of the areas will have a store box. Now, I'm not the instance owner, so I can't interact with it, but the instance owner has the option to interact with these store box. It should pop up a UI that allows you to do things like equipping glyphs. We want to allow you to equip a glyph, and then once you have a glyph equipped, you can then collect.
All right, so we saw a bit of this on screenshots in the past. He might be about to say what I was about to say, so I'll just wait till
the resource nodes in that area all in one go. That makes it so resource collection is very easy, and you still respect any glyphs that you want to use. So people who have been investing in glyphs still get to use.
Did you see all those XP messages?
See, I had the Watchwork glyph attached, and I'm getting Watchwork sprockets there.
Amazing. And by the way, I know it was previously.
Okay, so that was really important. He said, since I'm not the instance owner, I can't interact with the farm box. So that means that if I'm an instance owner of a fully stocked, homestead, and I invite some other people in, I can go over to the box and just collect all, and I'll have it set to volatile because I like money, and volatile is 9 times out of 10 the one that gives you the most money. There's a tip, go write it down. And the other 4 people though can't use the box. They will just go around and farm it the old-fashioned way. So that is interesting. I don't think that's too bad because that's kind of how it's been. But at least, the instance owner can just farm and then go AFK or something.
hinted at that this would be a feature that would launch post Janthir Wilds, but this is actually making it in for launch, correct? The ability to auto collect everything like that?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we were really tempted to hold it off, but after looking at it, it feels like it's something that we really wanted to get in early as much as we can. It feels like a great quality of life improvement, so it's at the...
I'm excited about that. It's going to sound silly to some of you, but this is one of the things I was really hype about. Because it's common knowledge in the community that I'm a big believer in the home instance and guild halls and alt parking. 10 minutes a day is what makes me all the money I use on giveaways and stuff in this game. And this is going to shave off a lot of that time and give me that time to do other things. And it feels like a great reward for having unlocked all this stuff. Because a lot of people constantly like, oh, you can farm, you can build your own home instance or just farm someone else's nodes, and that's true. I tell people that all the time. But now there's a good reward if you get your own nodes. You can just hit collect all, and it takes seconds to farm your home instance instead of 10 to 12 minutes each day. So that's really awesome. I like that, and very cool that it's going to be there for launch, because we thought it was going to be in the 3-month after launch patch.
The final tier of the homesteading mastery line. So as long as you invest your mastery points in it, you will have access to it.
Amazing. I'm sure people will be super happy about that.
All right. So should we go over to the farm? I want to check out the farm area, or the logging area.
Sure.
One of the things that I wanted to show off, so all of the different areas will have a refinement machine, and each of those refinement machines for each area will allow you to refine materials into homestead materials. And the homestead materials is what we are actually using to craft homestead decorations. So you need refined...
Okay, so refined homestead wood, and you can make it out of softwood, hardwood, elder wood. Yeah, I didn't name these, chat. So basically any of the existing types of lumber in the game can be turned into refined homestead wood for, I guess, making decorations.
Refined homestead materials for every type of decoration we have. And so in the refiners, you will see the UI that allows you to refine all of our basic nodes into that homestead-specific material. Now, you can do this in a couple of different ways. At the top, you will see the material market, but down at the very bottom, you'll actually see the black market. The black market you can actually use to access refined materials through gold. If you just happen to have a lot of gold sitting around, sure, go ahead, buy it. This changes as you purchase it and goes up.
Oh my god, chat, pay to win decorating?
Expensive. And it also caps off on a weekly, so it'll actually change by week.
Yeah, it's actually 300 that you can do a week. I just had purchased some earlier.
Oh, and Zach, someone in chat said, can I get a link where they listed the locations for trading the Eldritch Horror tools? Yeah, let me provide you that real quick, because I still had that open in another tab. It's in that article.
And yeah, you can see as I use the black market, the price is going up. But this is a nice way. If you have extra gold and you want more refined materials, you can just buy them here. So if you notice on this screen, there is you can only purchase so many refined materials through conversion per week.
Per account this week. It says at the top right.
And I don't know if Richie just said this, but these all reset on the new week. But if you go to the trade upgrades,
he has 100k gold. It's a test server, Buzzlock. They could just type in give me gold.exe.
Are various upgrades you can get for the facilities, and one of them is this upgrade, which will increase the maximum number of that refined material you can purchase for a week. So if I buy this, boop, okay, and I go back, and now it's 300.
Yes. So you can upgrade your efficiency, how much it's producing, and your capacity, exactly how much you can cap out at.
Awesome. That's amazing. And just to reiterate, the black market prices that keep going up, that resets at the end of the week as well, correct?
Yes.
Right.
All right, awesome. All right. That's awesome. Great. Do we want to talk about the mastery, how we get decorations, how do we get recipes, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, let's go over to the workshop.
All right. We all chose different maps.
You tried to get me with the fireball. Yes. So this is where the like non-harvestable nodes are. You can see like there's the chest here. They're like the MTX cloth racks and leather racks. And if you've somehow earned the enchanted treasure chest because you're a really rich player, it will go there. I wish I had that on live.
Me too.
But also in this area is the
enchanted treasure chest is actually the only home instance node I don't have, because the way it currently works is every other node, if you have it in the home instance, everyone can harvest it. So you get a copy of 3 iron, if they get 3 iron, yeah, everyone gets 3 iron. If you look under your chair, you're going to find 3 iron. All right. The treasure chest, only people that have done the achievement to get the treasure chest can open the treasure chest. So the other people can't open it. So, and then also, many of the things required, it requires getting a lot of rare collectibles. So like it takes hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of gold to get it. And then it would take absolutely enormous amounts of time in order to pay for itself, unless you just got like 5 precursors out of it, which is not what usually happens. So that's the only one I've never bothered with because it's so expensive to get.
handiwork workbench, and this is where you will be crafting your decorations.
So this is the new crafting discipline, handiwork.
Yeah. So if I open this up, you can see that this looks like any of our other crafting professions, familiar UI. But unlike our other crafting professions, this is leveled up via the mastery line. So instead of needing to make, I don't know, like 20 Coden crystal candles, you'll actually be gaining access to the different tiers of recipes via the mastery line. So if I open up the mastery line, go to the homesteading, you can see here, like your first.
Now, I want to pause real quick, as she might say this in a little bit, but I think it goes along with what's going on right now. They talked about this in a forum post recently about why they did this. And the reason is scribing. This is really similar to scribing, which for anyone who's never done scribing, it is the profession in the game that is used to craft all the decorations used in guild halls. And to level up scribing is kind of tedious. I've done it once, but it's like make 30 candles until I'm not getting experience from candles, then make 500 chairs till I'm not getting experience from chairs, then make 40 banisters until I'm done with that, and on and on and on and on. You make a lot of needless stuff just to level up and get the skill up. And they didn't want you to have to do that again, but also the additional reason is they want you to be able to craft on any of your characters. And by making it a mastery, within the confines of how they designed the Guild Wars 2 system, if they make it a mastery, then any of your toons can do it. So if you want to change a decoration and you're not on the same character that was the scribe, you can do that because this is mastery based. And mastery based is account based, which means any of your toon can tamper with any of the decorations without you having to switch and log on to a specific character for it. So that's the reason why they did that.
Mastery trait here will give you access to the novice handiwork crafting recipes. And then initiate, apprentice.
Oh, yes, that is. Yeah, someone in chat just pointed it out. Because the handiwork crafting station counts as a crafting station, on the side of it, we've got bank access, as well as material storage and wardrobe. That is awesome. Currently, in your home instance, the only way to get bank access, unless you've got like the infinite bank access from anywhere contract, which is a very expensive endgame item, most people don't have it, is if you are a max level chef. A max level chef can get a kitchen stove in their home instance, and because it's a crafting station, it has access to the bank. That means, from looking at this, to me, that means that every character that unlocks these masteries gets bank access in their home instance. And another thing with the stove, unlike every other home instance thing, like if the character that is the chef is not the one you're on, you don't see it. So only the chef character in your account-based home instance can see the stove that has the bank access. The others don't under the current system. I don't know if that will change, but that's cool. That's cool. So bank access for everyone in the home.
Journeyman.
Oh man, first thing I think of is the charged quartz crystals. So many times I have taken quartz crystals and then out of sheer muscle memory immediately redeposited them, gone to my home instance to go to the crate obelisk shard to combine them into the charge thing, and they're not in my bag. So I'm like, and then I got to zone out, get the quartz, zone back in so that I can combine them, because you can only make a charge quartz once per day, and I would always do it in the home instance. I did that so many times until I got the bank access contract.
Gotcha. So just by playing the expansion, doing events, or the story, whatever you want to be doing, you'll actually be unlocking the recipes for your homestead.
Yeah. This is going to be the majority of the way you get recipes, but we do have other recipes that are acquired elsewhere in the world.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, recipes will be acquired throughout the same way that a lot of the other decorations for guild halls can be acquired, so through in-game content like raids and such. Each of those will be coming throughout our quarterly releases and also along with our festivals.
Nice. I can't wait to see some Mad King themed decorations and stuff coming out. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say.
I have a challenge for one of you decorators out there. The other day, this is related. I promise. Give me a second. It'll come back around. I was playing Path of Exile. The trade system in Path of Exile is horrible. Okay. The last step of a trade is you have to basically visit the home of the other person that you're buying from. So you usually, once you've agreed to the trade, you join a group, you join their home instance, and there is a very high amount of decorating in there. And I joined someone's home instance the other day, and literally the land beneath my feet, the peninsula I was standing upon, had been carved out meticulously to be Rick Astley, a still frame in the middle of singing the Rick Roll video. And I was just blown away at the level of detail and effort that went into Rick rolling people visiting this guy's home. And I encourage one of you out there, make a Rick Astley in your home instance. Send me a picture.
And I think another thing that's different from the crafting professions is that it is account bound. I just want to explicitly state that. I know it could be inferred based on the fact that you're leveling up through mastery line, but yeah, so you only need to do the mastery line. Any character will have access to this, so you don't have to worry about having a dedicated decoration crafter for your homestead.
Great. Unlock it for your whole account. I noticed in the mastery UI that you had up there, it said something about the rested bonus, and I know the community's had questions about what.
Hold on a sec. I'm creeping. Let's see. Janthir Wilds masteries: Warclaw Mount, Lowland Kodans, and Homesteading are the 3 sections.
Whether there'd be some sort of buff. You guys be able to talk about that?
Yeah. So I mean, you're going to be parking alt here, and I know there's questions of, well, why would I want to park an alt here as opposed to next to a treasure chest or something? And so the homestead does provide a comfy rested bonus buff.
So really quick, a common practice for people. Now, any of you that are playing your first character, your second character in Guild Wars 2, don't worry about this at all. But a common practice for people that have been max level in the game and have multiple max level characters in the game is alt parking. And really quickly, that just means taking a character you're not playing much right now, finding some treasure chest in the world, and putting them next to it. Each day you log into the character, open chest, deposit the stuff to your bank, log out. 10 seconds per character, and it basically becomes passive income. It's like near passive income. It's making money each day. And you can do that on as many characters as you want. Like, I do it on like 5 or 6 characters, so it's making me good money. If you had like I know some people with 70 characters, that would be way too much. You probably wouldn't do it for that much. But he's saying, why would I want to put it in my home instance when I could have it parked next to a treasure chest? That's what he's addressing right now.
And this rested bonus is a XP gain in the open world. That's up to 20%. But then we also are allowing now a reward track gain within PvP and World v World. And that goes up to 10%. So as you...
Oh, my eyes were bugging out. I thought he was saying the reward track just filled. Like, while they were in there AFK, the reward track was just filling each day. Okay, and then he said up to 10%, and then I was like, oh, okay, no, never mind. All right, no. Yo, I got excited. No, I fooled myself.
Put mastery points into each of those homesteading mastery levels, the rested bonus gets better.
Yeah, and right now it's only 8% for me because we only have the first 4 traits, but once the quarterly releases come out and the 5th trait comes out, it'll be able to bump up.
All right, so I've never made, I misclicked, I'm sorry. I've never made use of it, but I'm pretty sure Arborstone has a similar thing where it also does the, like the rested thing. I think that type of system's in the game right now, but it's just not in, the homestead.
Each one of these increases the value of
You are in your homestead, back out to where those altar locations were. The other thing is...
trait comes out, it'll be able to bump up.
We were about here.
Each one of these increases the value of that resting bonus.
Awesome.
And the other thing is, I don't know if it's been mentioned before, but the Conjure Doorway also remembers your last location. So if you are in your homestead and you hit that exit instance button, it's going to put you right back to where that character was.
Right, so that is the same as the VIP passes as they are now. So like if I am parked at a treasure chest somewhere, I can use like the VIP pass key, port to Mistlock Sanctuary, which is where I'm at in the background right now. And then I could run to the bank or, run to a merchant or craft something and then use the pass key again and port back to the treasure chest I was parked at. He's saying you could do the same thing with the homestead thing if you wish to do so.
So if you were parking them in a treasure chest area, you could always pop back out to where those altar locations were if you still want to get that certain farm material.
Right, and just to be clear, because a lot of people have, in comments under some of my recent news videos, have kind of misconstrued what I was saying. Yes, you can do that. You could have all your characters in your homestead, and then each day also take advantage of alt parking. It's not something I would do, because it would add a lot of loading screens. So let's pretend like I log into my warrior that I hardly ever play, and then he's in the homestead dancing, and then port to, so loading screen into homestead, loading screen out of homestead to the treasure chest area, loot the treasure chest, loading screen back into the homestead, and then go back to character select. Instead of load screen in, open chest, load screen out. So it goes from, depending on your perspective, it's either going from 1 to 3 or it's going from 2 to 4 loading screens per character. So it would, I think, and you would just choose like, do I want to have these characters just hanging out in the instance? Do I care about alt parking at all? How important is the bonus XP to me if you're just looking at it from not a cosmetic thing? But if you're looking at it from cosmetically and you just want to have, a whole bunch of Asuras dancing in your instance, like a hat in time, then, that would be a whole nother thing.
That's a great call out. That's awesome.
Oh, and one last thing about these decorations, just like these recipes are more geared towards individuals crafting them, so we've tried to make them like a lot cheaper than your guild decorations would cost, since you are making them yourself and you're trying to like gather a bunch of resources and pull them together from like across guild mates.
Yes, never fear. It is greatly less expensive.
Greatly less expensive. Another thing they said recently in another news thing that I think is applicable here that I'll mention is you can give other people permission to decorate. Interior decorators. I didn't invent that, but I'm stealing it. That means we will have people selling their services to decorate your homes. You will be able to, find people that have portfolios of other houses that they've decorated, be like, hey, I can build you a mucking lighthouse in your front yard if you want me to. I just need, 5 Rubik's Cubes, 3 rubber bands, and some earwax. You're just gonna be like, here you go, and then whatever. And they're gonna whip it up. So we are going to see the rise of decorators, because there are going to be people that want a freaking castle in their home instance, but they don't want to build it. And it's the same people that download pre-built stuff for Minecraft. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's going to give rise to supply and demand for decorators.
Awesome. I can't help but be distracted over here because I
again.
see Ziggy Chardust riding some mounts here. Let's talk about the stables.
Yes.
Yeah, the mount.
Oh, go ahead,
go for it.
Joel. No, you do it.
Oh, I just wanted to say that you're calling out that your alt can ride on your mounts is a great call out. If Sarah actually was to grab her raptor mount, I mean, it's not really his mount to begin with. So he's just going to plop down. He might be a little sad about it, but he doesn't mind. But any of those mounts that you have unlocked and collected, they'll show up in the mount stable. They'll show up with the dyes or skins that you currently have selected. And anytime you jump up or mount one of them, they will pop out of the mount stable, and then they will pop back in as soon as you dismount.
Yeah, I think the Raptor is the only one that has a rider, but all of them can be pet.
Yes, you can pet our mounts. Amazing.
Finally, we will make it on Can You Pet
this
the Dog?
This whole system, the whole Homestead system, with having your alts here, with having your mounts here, it really, like, I don't know, it really...
Imagine if you log on a ranger and all, like, 60 of your ranger pets are just, like, crammed into the stable screaming.
really immerses me in the world, because you can actually, like, interact with all the stuff that you've spent all this time unlocking and working on. It's just, I'm so excited for Homestead. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'll finally get to see my mounts.
Wait, what is that? Is that a siege turtle? Oh, dude, is this in the game right now? I've never seen this. It's like a Triceratops siege turtle with spikes all over it. Have y'all seen this before? Is this new? It's new to me. I'll tell you, it's new to me.
Being able to relax.
I love that turtle's back here, too.
Primordial siege turtle. I haven't seen it.
Why don't we take a little run through this back area?
Okay.
I need to watch more Crichton Herald. Learn about this.
There is a mine here, correct?
Oh yeah. So we've seen where the farm nodes are and the lumber nodes, but the mine is where all your mining nodes are. So you can see here, I have a dev build, so I have access to all the nodes, regardless of whether I have them all on live. But yeah, all of your nodes are down here. I have all the nodes,
but I don't have access to a dev build.
Perfect.
Or do I? No.
Yeah, and just to be clear, like the placement of where these nodes are is set, and like your homestead will have a mine like this, but all of this is decoratable area.
To clarify what he said, because they talked about this before, you cannot choose the location that harvestable nodes are placed in. To make sure that there's no problems, every harvestable node has a predetermined set location in both home instances and homesteads. However, that doesn't mean you can't decorate on, under, or around them and all over the place.
Like Sarah said earlier, only around the waypoint is the only place that's like protected, so you can decorate to your heart's content and make this your own.
Yeah. You can add, I don't know, like boulders if you want to make it seem even more rocky.
But you can hang a whole bunch of balloons in here if you'd like. Typical mine things. What about around the back here?
Honestly, the first thing I think of is the creepiest decorations, which are the guild hall decorations you get from doing Raid Wing 4, which is dead guys staked to the wall. If you've never raided, I'm not making that up.
Oh yeah. So back here, if you have Ender Dragons, this is where your skiff will be. So I have like this skiff skin.
This water would be clogged because it would have so many Flute Girl skiffs in it.
We're going past some fishy nodes, so...
you can fish in the homestead.
Get access to that if you have Ender Dragons. You can go fishing in your homestead. You can take a little cruise on the boat. Well, I'm just gonna...
We are never going to see the fishermen in the open world again.
So cool.
Just gonna unsummon the boat.
Yeah, this whole zone is so beautiful. Oh, and look where it dropped us off.
Oh, by the cats.
Oh my gosh, is that every homestead cat?
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
And I think over here are like the profession cats that fight. Yeah, so all of the cats that you've unlocked for your home instance are also in your homestead.
That was another question that popped up a lot on my videos recently, because they had already said for a little while that all of the home instance nodes would get copied to the homestead, but there are other cosmetic collectibles, such as cats, you can get for your home instance that they had never talked about. So apparently, yes, the cats will also be copied over.
I gotta get working on this. I think I have like 2, and now it's just gonna be perfect. They're all gonna be here. You can pet them.
Oh yeah, we added the ability to pet them. Which ones can we pet? Oh.
And they were fighting.
You can pet them, yes. And you know what? I also wanted to say that Mox usually shows up right here next to the cats.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So Mox is a robot that's in your home instance after you've done some quests in... Was it Draconis Mons? Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Draconis Mons. He's also in Guild Wars 1. He's a very old robot. And he loves cats. So when he's in your home instance, he likes hanging out with the cats. So apparently he gets to come over to the homestead too.
If you have purchased Mox for all your audio and cat needs will show up here as well. He's usually like right here.
Oh, nice.
Perfect. All right, why don't we head on inside? I want to check out what's in here and what we can do.
So right now, this homestead is kind of like what you'll get initially, like once you clean it up. Like all of like the grass, the fence, like this is what it's going to look like when you load in. So if we go inside, you can see that your homestead comes
the door
like
actually opens.
a little decorated. It's not like completely barren, and all of these things are decorations that you will
So you
get.
can pick them up and move them.
You'll be able to move these around, delete them. They're yours. You've got a house fully furnished.
That's amazing. I was going to say, can you turn on, I know you're going to go through all the tools, but can you turn on the X-ray vision just to show them like what is actually a place decoration versus a structure?
So just really quickly, this X-ray mode shows you all the decorations.
Oh, look at that.
That you have, like placed
We
in the
briefly
world.
saw this in the past when they showed us like someone had like a buried statue, like it looked like a Joko statue, but you just saw like this much of the head. It was like under some sand. But then they went to X-ray mode and the statue was like top of the head to bottom of the feet, and they had just shoved it way underground.
And so you can see out there,
So
like
this
all
is the
that
first
grass.
time seeing it showing mini objects.
Those are all decorations you can remove. All of these decorations. Yeah, these are all decorations that you can start with. They'll be given to you. You can remove them. You can rearrange it. Do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, a lot of the things that are here are actually what we're calling pre-placed decorations, and so you don't start with an empty, slate. We give you something to jump off with, a jumping off point, and that includes the grasses outside and the fence posts and things like that. So you can remove all that and, set it to what you want if you want to change the atmosphere to feel.
Real talk, I think that's a good idea. Because if they had started with like just a plain empty house, which is how it was when I played EQ2, it was just barren. It was just the walls and empty floor. It definitely feels very empty. But if you start it with a bunch of objects that cannot be moved, then people are going to be like, oh, I hate that chair. And then, I think this is a very good middle ground. I hadn't even considered this.
Feel a little bit different.
Yeah.
And Sarah, what if you you jump in here and you don't want any of that? What can you do?
Yeah, so in this upper right part of the HUD, so this is where I turned on decorating mode. So this is how you get it to decorate mode, but this cog has other options. If you just want a clean slate, clearing all decorations will remove all decorations.
I was going to say, I hope there's a confirm button because it's right next to decorator mode.
You can see if I go outside, it's removed the fence and grass as well. This other option, Restore Homestead, will put all of the pre-placed decorations back. And if you had any like other decorations you added, it will remove it. This is just putting you back to the state that you first got the homestead in. And then this last one, Enable Party Decoration, is if you want to decorate with your friends. So using this will let anyone in your party be able to decorate your house. It'll use
I gotta admit, when she said there was a button for enable party decoration, I thought it was going to put up like streamers and balloons like for a birthday party or something like that, and I completely misunderstood.
Decorations that are in your storage. So if you invite someone to come decorate your homestead, you'll all be using the decorations from your storage.
You're so trusting.
I am.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, I'm surprised you trust us with this.
We'll see.
Thank you.
We'll see if the trust was warranted.
Amazing features. I love all of those. I love the fact that you can just say, you know what, I want a blank slate and remove everything, and then, oops, no, I want to reset it back to the default, and the ability to decorate with your friends is going to be well enjoyed, I think. So let's do some decorating. Let's show off the UI and the fancy tools your team has been working on. These are not your guild hall decoration tools, correct?
No, we have been working to improve the decorating experience, to like kind of polish some of those rough edges and make it like a more enjoyable, easier to use, and also more creative experience. So I guess to start, there are 3 modes that you'll have access to in decorating mode. This first one, placing new decorations. Modify mode, so this will let you edit a decoration without having to remove it and replace it. So you can see, I can just move this existing rug a little bit without having to, like...
It strikes me as odd that there's like a casting animation on the player character for moving this stuff. Like seeing the char go, yeah, and then the carpet slide to the left. I don't know, it's...
Get rid of it and replace it.
Fine.
And then the last mode, erase. So I could just be like, boop, no more rug. All right, so let's open.
Imagine you like sitting in your homestead, you're at your desk, you're trying to get some work done, you know, you're balancing your TPS reports, doing Excel, whatever, and you got an interior decorator you hired in the other room working on like setting it up, and just you're trying to work, and the whole time it's just like, yeah. It's just like freaking Link is in there breaking pots or something.
Open up the decoration palette here, the select decoration. This is where you can get all of the decorations that are in your storage and use them to decorate with. So I just got rid of a rug, so if I want to put the rug back, I can select the rug, and then I'll use this one button to place it. And then, let's see, the number 2 skill is the move mode, and you can see I get this like access gizmo, and I can use it to translate in all 3 directions, even up. And this is, I personally really enjoyed this because like moving things just up into the air is like really exciting for me. I know that like in the past, whenever I wanted to make jumping puzzles, I'd like use blocks of solid ocean and stack them on top and then put like my final piece there. But now I could just like put it in the air.
Yeah, giving you the freedom without having an anchor point is amazing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of players will appreciate that.
I will put this back down though. And then we'll go. So
if you're not careful, you can put it under the ground.
All the same skills as the placement mode. So this is what I'm using now to show off the rest of them. These squares move in 2 axes. So like I like using this blue square a lot to just move things on the floor. Number 3 skill is your rotate skill. So it gives you like this ring.
Did she have one to like enlarge the object?
You
Because
can
the
even
carpet
put
was much
stuff
bigger
upside
earlier.
down. So.
That's what you do when the carpet gets
That's
too
awesome.
dirty. You just flip it over before the guests arrive.
Okay, I didn't put it back correctly, but we'll just ignore that. And then the number 4 skill lets you scale the decoration.
There it is.
You'll notice
carpet.
when we came up here, this rug was bigger, and that's because it was scaled up a little bit.
And that's so great because now we don't need to have like small rock, medium rock, and large rock as different like items. Now you can just scale them up and down as you see fit.
Yeah, and then let's see, this last skill here is the toggle between the local and global alignment. It's not really visible with the rug, so let me pull up something else that's a little bit easier to see. Like if I get this keg, oh wow, it's kind of big. Let's shrink that. Okay, so if
Her shrinking the keg. I hear Norn's crying in pain.
it's not showing off very well, but sometimes like the global positioning will not quite be aligned with the item. So like if this is maybe like crossed and you want to rotate it up like this, you'll be able to switch how it's aligned to make it easier to do that. Another fun thing is if you hold shift and rotate, it'll snap in 45-degree angles.
Oh, it's got
Like,
snapping.
I
I like
this
that.
keg upright.
I like that.
I can do that.
That's for people like me. I wish they'd shown that at the beginning. It does have snapping.
Then, yeah, erase mode, erase one decoration, and then like area erase. And this erase mode is also where the X-ray vision was. I guess something I didn't show off, but you could kind of see with the rug is since you are allowed to just like put stuff in the floor, it's possible that you can put items underground, and the X-ray mode lets you delete items that way. So like if like, oh, I put, I don't know, like the rug underground, I could get an X-ray mode and delete it that way. But I haven't done that here. You can still see the rug, thankfully.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking we'll build a little game room up here. And I can show off the Wayfinder's versatile table. So I know.
Oh, yes. So anyone who pre-ordered the game actually got that item. Do I still have it? Yeah, I do still have it. This right here, Wayfinder's versatile table. No one knows what it does yet. So I'm very interested in this.
Yes, so our players who ordered the deluxe or ultimate edition have already been gifted this in the mail, but no one's like really had the opportunity to see what it is. So I'm very excited to show it off here. This is like a little gaming table, or well, it can be a gaming table. I'm gonna scale this to be a char because this is my house. Things are scaled to me. Sorry, humans.
As a Norn, I appreciate this. Yes, yeah. Bigger. Make it bigger.
All right, so we got this table, and if you interact with it, you have a variety of options. So
board games,
the board game
war
option.
planning.
Oh man, look at this.
Oh my God, chat, we can play Warhammer.
The war planning option.
Navigation or plane.
Option. Or you can just like put everything away and have a clean table.
We can play Warhammer in our homestead.
Board game option. See,
okay, it's just a fun. It's a fun knickknack.
Bear, little minis.
There's a mini Ritlock on the table. I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
Maybe I need to like dress up one of my alts as Ritlock and
move them around the table.
Yeah.
Make your own mini.
That's
what was that? In that one Snargle book, there was a Gritlock and Rogan. Get those for your home instance.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've got to make that mini. It's not quite mini yet.
That is a very large.
Oh, there you go.
Now we got an epic campaign going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We need some chairs too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's put down some chairs. Let's see what's in the coding section. Oh yeah, and like you can see, I have access to all of the decorations because I have a dev account. But all the decorations that you see here are decorations that'll be available at launch for you to acquire. Though I imagine it will be quite something to try and get 250 of each.
Challenge accepted.
All right, so.
Make the Snargle collection achievement, unlock Rogan body pillows.
Oh, let's put some chairs down.
Do you want to?
Oh, you're showing off the big chair? Yeah. Okay. So, something that has come up since you can scale chairs, and normally you can sit on chairs.
Oh no! If you make a chair giant size and sit in the chair, do you become giant size? That is the obvious question she's leading.
Go over here so I can sit on it. So you see that Richie has made this chair really big. You can't sit on all chairs because we want, it needs to make sense if you sit in the chair. And if you scale it too much, the animation will kind of get funky. But you can scale your chairs a little bit. So if so here's the normal size chair. You can make it like a little bit smaller. And you can make it like char size.
Too big.
That looks good for me.
Right.
Okay. And so, all us char and Norn players, we're used to looking a little bit squished. But this is my house. So I got a chair that fits me now.
So good. It's so good. I appreciate being able to sit in bigger chairs.
Wait.
So I'm not like a
oh, did he size that down? I was gonna say the Norn can sit in a chair that the char can't.
little kid seat anymore as a Norn.
Yeah. I'm very excited. My char will be comfy.
Dude, I was already envisioning people coming into my homestead and me having there's no homestead. It's just a flat plane and a giant chair the size of a mountain. And my Asura sitting there mountain-sized looking down at them. You may take some crops. Proceed.
Love it.
Dreams dashed.
And I guess just one note is, like our guild decorations, our homestead decorations don't save states. So if you like try to move this table or leave the homestead, like all the stuff gets put away. It'll look plain, and you can come back with it and interact to grab your stuff back out of storage.
Gotcha. So it doesn't save the state of the table, or like lights would have to be, or fireplaces would need to be turned back on. Those.
Wait, hold on. RBR says the more they show, the more it shows they copied the annoying stuff about WoW's garrison annoyingness. What? You couldn't even like hardly decorate WoW's garrison. What are you talking about? In WoW, you could choose, like, there were like some plots, and you could be like, this plot is either A, an armory, or B, a disenchanting station, or C, a portal room, but like that was it. You just chose what structure went on the plots. You couldn't like do much beyond that. You weren't like placing chairs and things.
Those kind of things.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, it keeps everything else.
Yeah, the placement, the size, the rotation, that all stays the same. Yeah, so like you mentioned, you can turn fireplaces on and off. Like we have interactable decorations.
I want to be clear here. I enjoyed the garrison system in WoW. I liked it. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying, like, that's apples and oranges. This is like a completely different thing.
Yeah, that's great. And what about light sources? I know there were some limitations in the guild hall that are...
Oh, yeah. So we had a limit of like 27 light sources just like on a map. But some of our engineers did work to make it so now it's just 27 light sources in your view. So if you place a bunch of torches like around, you don't have to worry about like light sources far away being the ones that have been like chosen to be on.
I want one of you interior decorators to make a house out of light sources, and let me know what happens.
They'll just be like the 27 you
just
can see.
The walls are stacked candles that are lit.
Gotcha. And how many total light sources can you have?
It's like 250.
Okay, awesome.
But you can see if I put like a torch there. I don't.
Yes, put a lit burning torch
I
next to
know
the
I'm just
wall.
showing
Perfect.
off the lights, but like I want a different light. Go to the light source section. There we go. That's the basic torch. You gotta use the Coden torch. I think we should use the Coden torch instead.
So the new stuff.
Yeah. Get rid of that basic torch. I got the fancy new torch.
Get rid of the basic torch.
Nice. And there's other restrictions about
on the pH scale because it's hella basic.
Like the guild hall had like a number of objects in a specific space that's now been expanded.
Oh yeah. So now, all right.
Does Bogotter work for ANET now? Had no idea. Yeah, for a few months he has. Yeah. I didn't know what his position was there, but he did tweet that some months ago.
I guess previously in guild halls, there was kind of a restriction on how many decorations you can put in a space. I think it was like 20 or something in like a small area. So it was really easy to hit that if you were decorating with a lot of small things. We've removed that for homesteads. If you want to put a lot of small decorations in a small area, go ahead. We're less concerned about performance because like it's your homestead. You're not trying to decorate a space that like other people need to come into.
That's really funny. We're not concerned with performance because you're not decorating a place your whole guild is going to be experiencing and subject to. You're just breaking your own stuff. Good luck. Have fun.
Awesome. And then one last thing about guild halls. All these improvements that were worked on here, are those getting ported over?
Yeah, so all of these new decorating skills, you'll be able to use them in the guild hall.
Awesome. So
I think that's really cool because just the ability to like take objects and like tilt them and stuff like that is going to be huge for people who do things like roller beetle races. Just think about like just taking the flat track tiles and tilting them. Like the curves are going to be, oh my God, dude, they're going to be able to do work with it. They're going to be able to do things I can't even think of, but it's going to be awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody's able to make.
So all the new placement features and just making it easier to decorate is being ported over. So that's great.
Yeah.
Sure, people will be excited about that.
And I've been kind of leading you outside because I want to show off the flying mode, which we don't really need in the house, but We go.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna show.
Sorry, really quick. Burnt Salad in chat asked about legendaries. They have said that the new expansion will have a new backpack legendary and a new spear legendary. I do not know any details on how they are obtained or what game modes. Example, current backpacks are PvP, Fractals, or World v World. This fourth one, it could be raids, could be strikes, could be open world like Obsidian. I don't know.
There's a flying mode, which I double clicked it. It turns you into a little bee.
Yes.
So this is honestly like also just super useful for making
Can you build while like
jumping
this?
puzzles, or just you need to decorate and you have a higher point of view. It's really nice. So like, I'm gonna delete this grass.
Yep.
Okay.
So this actually is very similar. I don't know that they got the idea from them or not, because they already had the Jade bots with a similar controls to this. Grounded. Grounded is a survival game I've streamed before. I've played it with my kid a ton. And it has a custom mode where they've got this thing called the worker gnat. And in Grounded, you're a kid that was shrunk down to like bug size. So like the bugs are the enemies, because like ants are bigger than you. And there is the handy dandy worker gnat, and you turn into a gnat that has a construction hat, and you can get an aerial view exactly like this and like construct stuff. And other games have similar features, but it's cool seeing it come to this.
So like,
Yeah, you don't have to build like scaffolding or like anything else to build up in the air. And like we mentioned earlier, there's no anchor points for decorations, so you can just fly up in the air as a little bee and decorate to your heart's content.
yeah. And it's also like nice to just get a wider view. So what I'm doing here is I'm making like a big forest. I'm gonna make this tree super big because I want it to be like the heart of my forest. But I can like put some trees around. I'm just doing this super fast. Like I think normally if I can't help it. I'm still trying to make them a little bit different. But you can get like a great view of like this forest that I'm trying to make.
I'm helping. I'm putting some down.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe I was right to trust you after all. Let's see. This is like, I guess, the kind of entrance that we would be. So if I move this, click on the grass, I'm gonna rotate it because I want to like, if I've gone to the forest, like, I'm gonna have a desired path. I'm sorry, I'm moving this tree. It's not where I want it. But yeah,
No worries.
You can see how quickly you can like change the vibe. It's like already kind of foresty just by placing a bunch of
vibe check.
It's
forest.
unbelievable, and that's one of the things I was talking about earlier that I loved is like it's not just you're decorating a house. You get this whole zone that gets to be yours, and I can't wait to see what players do with it because they can make forests. They can, there are ways that Joel was showing us a homestead earlier offline where he built like a castle in the middle of his homestead using just like materials and things like that. So. It's amazing what you can do with this, and I can't wait to see what the players come up with. You guys are going to be...
Our players are so creative. I'm really excited. Potted fern.
Can you make a volcano? I mean, yeah, just take big rocks, stack enough of them until you've got like a pile and put like a whole bunch of like light sources that look like lava peeking out of the top. Yeah, it should be possible.
Correct me if you've said this already, Sarah, but when you like modify the scale or the position of a decoration, you don't have to do that every time if you want to place it multiple of the same.
Oh, yeah, so like if I make this tree bigger because I want this potted tree, and I place it, like, okay, it's small again, but we have this skill here, use last scale and rotation, and if I just press that 7 skill, boop, it's gone. It's like the same size. It's also useful for rotation. I don't know how many of our viewers saw like one of the PC gamer thing where we showed off like there was like a lighthouse, but it was super useful for making that lighthouse because like all those like wall pieces I had to make the same size, and being able to use the last scale and rotation made that a lot easier.
That's a great feature.
Yeah, and just one fun thing I'm doing is like all these potted trees because you can just put stuff in the ground. You can like get more tree types that way to have like a forest.
Should also highlight the fact that B mode allows you to zoom in. So if you zoom in all the way, you do enter first person mode. So if you make something amazing and you want to get those cool screenshots, I totally recommend going into B mode for it. That allows you to get a full-on view of exactly what you've created. Because I also am excited to see what players created. I want to see good screenshots of that.
Yeah, so you can kind of see, wow, there's a forest there.
So it's like a free camera at that point.
For super good tree growers. So yeah, I'm gonna come down here.
And I'm making a campfire over here, and I wanted to show that you can put objects inside of each other, including chairs. So
yeah, I see you've put stools in these boulders.
So it looks like you can
like a boulder seat.
It's a way of combining objects to kind of create new objects. It's one object inside of another object, and I've always wanted to sit around the campfire, so I'm excited to actually be able to create my own campfires.
Oh, that's awesome.
And before someone puts in a stool inside that statue of a Ritlock we saw earlier to like sit on his shoulders or something.
That's really cool.
We gotta have our thing of kegs,
Yes, we need to have ale. The Nord in me approves.
I also like when everyone's building together, you just see a bunch of bees busy building bees.
Buzzing around.
Yeah, it's all the buzz, you guys.
There's so many bee puns during development.
Oh man, was it always a bee?
It wasn't always a bee. We had some like placeholder stuff in before when we were like, oh yeah, we need the fly mode. But I think around that time we were playtesting like this event. I think in the first map that had like this bee model, and someone had the idea like, oh, we should use that bee for fly mode. So yeah, there was like a lot of positive sentiment around that. We all really liked the cute little bee. I guess you could say like it was generating a lot of positive buzz.
That's terrible, but I love it, and that was the right decision, by the way. Just in case the team needed validation, that was correct. B was correct. Oh man, so we're making a little party area. It looks like here. I've got some balloons set up.
Nice. I'm making some like picnic tables.
I guess we need some food.
Oh yeah, show off some of the new fancy food decoration.
Ooh yeah. So like, this is a. I'm gonna use the modify to just modify this and place it back really quickly, because I think okay. So it changes like my last used decoration to that same decoration, which is a fun trick. So like I have this, but like if I wanted to go to do the table again, I could place the table, and now I have like the table and access to that last size of decoration. Yeah, but I was looking at the cool new food, and what is this? If I place this down, you can see my recently placed, it's the new Coden Feast. So we have a lot of cool new Coden decorations for the new expansion. Yeah, someone's bear is devouring the food.
That's unbearable.
Oh. That was a grisly pun.
Oh.
No. Don't start this game with me. Oh man, should we grab some friends to like join over here? Let's show off what we can do with the.
Yeah, let me put down this last.
Are they gonna move the AFK characters over?
Fake bench, just a smaller table. All right, so let's see. We saw where the heavy armor alts were when we went into the homestead. They were right here.
Oh yeah, they said the heavy, medium, and light armor alts will be in different locations. The light armor ones are banished to a cave.
I can grab like all my friends, all my NPC friends, my alts.
Dude, when I do this, it's just gonna be an army of gremlins with wizard hats.
Say, hey, we're gonna have a party.
It's gonna be just like a sea of traffic cones running.
Party over here.
And I'm taking them with me to the party.
Wow, look at them all. There's this whole war band of charge I just see coming over here ready to eat.
Yeah, and shout out to all my coworkers for the names. I got lots of good suggestions for various cat puns.
Charlemagne,
So,
I like it.
yeah.
Berserker.
And then, let's see, over here in this little like cave area is where got light armor. Yeah. Grab all of these.
I like this little nook up here.
Yeah, it's a really nice place to decorate in.
Yeah, and they should, all your alts should be equipped with whatever you currently have them equipped with when you log out with them in the homestead. So, all their skins, dyes, and infusions should show up.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think they won't have their back pieces because this is like the same way we create the character select models is how we're doing.
Okay.
This. Oh, it's turning dark because it's nighttime now. Okay, well, let me really quickly show off where the medium alts go. And then I can show off like how you can change the time of day.
Yeah, they said you could lock in if you wanted to be day, night, or
there's
cycle.
like some portals over here. This is where your medium characters hang out. But let me go show off the time of day changer. All right, so if you talk to Def Lahar here, there's an option to set the time of day. So I can set it to back to daytime, and he'll change the time of day for us.
Nice.
That made me like blink for a few seconds.
And I just wanted to quickly show that like one of the options that I like, it got very dark for me in the homestead, but like if you turn off this light adaptation, the light adaptation is a option that like simulates the way your eyes like adjust to light, but if you turn that off, it actually gets like way darker. I know that some people were excited about like how dark it could get into Homestead, so I wanted to make sure that our players were aware of that setting. But I'm
Great call out.
gonna change it back to day though because it's easier for me to see.
Yeah. Actually, can you change it to night real fast and just show the skybox a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Because it's
It's so gorgeous.
It's amazing. Sorry for making you go back there.
No, totally worth showing off. The environment team just did such a good job on the environments on this expansion, and particularly the skybox. Like it just looks so good.
You can see over there the
We should go into first person and look
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis?
If I go
here,
into B
localized
mode,
in your homestead?
get the first-person view of
Can
it.
I see it? No.
Beautiful.
Oh, something else that Def Lahar can do for you is you can change your movement options, and this is where you can like enable fall damage and disable mounts and gliding. So I've mentioned it before, but if you're making a jumping puzzle, these are the settings for you. But
Enable fall damage.
Default, disabled
Yeah,
fall
just
damage
make your jumping
because,
puzzle lethal.
Something that happened quite a bit in development is to be like, oh, I'm a bee. Oh no. Except with fall damage, you go splat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's off. Oh, I mean, I can't see. It's so hard to see right now for me. All right.
The thoughtfulness that your team put into like all these little tiny like quality of life.
Imagine you're just chilling in someone's homestead, like maybe you invited other people over and you're just appreciating the skybox and looking at the night sky, and then someone just flips on the sun and you just fall out of your chair.
Features. It's just seriously impressive. Like I know you folks have been working on this for a long time, and it's like second nature to you. But like coming in and just preparing to do this live stream, I was struck over and over again about how many little quality of life things you guys were able to sneak in here, and it's seriously impressive, and the players are going to be really happy about it.
Yeah, like there's several people on our team, like we're all excited for homesteads, and each of us bring like these are things I'm excited about, right? Like everyone has like something that they want, they're excited for, so like we have all of those like points of views working together to make it better the best we can.
It really shows.
We got like already a char.
My homestead is going to, you're going to zone in and it's going to say like free stuff with arrows that point to all like the gathering nodes, but you have to conquer your fears to get the free stuff. So there's going to be like spiders everywhere.
Yeah, talk about the...
I think they said there's a 1,000 decoration limit. I'll use like 100 on the signs and then like 900 on spiders.
You just placed a whole bunch of your alts here. They'll go back to their default places if we leave, correct?
Yeah.
Just to set expectations.
Yeah, these are just like, these are temporary placements. They'll stay here while you're in the homestead, but once you like log out or go to a different map, they'll go back to their hangout spots.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they want to go back to where the locations where they live at. They won't always be in the same exact spot because they do have lives. They are commanders, so they do have things to do, as it turns out.
Yeah. They're all commanders. I love that. That's true. Commander / Wayfinder. Yeah. Anything else that you'd like to share with the community about homesteads?
I mean, I think we've shown off like all the features.
Oh, there's an idea. Make an alt character that is like the dude, the My Cabbages guy from Avatar, and then park him next to your vegetable garden. He'll protect the cabbages.
I'm really excited to see like when players finally get it because I love seeing what players do.
Yeah, they're going to surprise us. I'm sure.
Did you want to show? I did just want to show a couple things real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Teleporters. So if we could go over to where the teleporters are in the portals, just to show that there are ways to get out of here besides leaving the instance. So if you need to go some other location, we have teleporters for that.
Hey, Busley, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. We're watching the broadcast that happened earlier today on the Homestead preview. Why is their mics are at public toilet setting? Dude, I don't know. We've talked about their mics so much.
Okay. And then also,
I'm also constantly turning the volume up and down depending on who's talking. Because like she is way quieter than they are. But all three of them are peaking, depending on what they say.
Just wanted to kind of fly up to the top of the map and to some of the edges of the map to show you how big this map is, to kind of give you an idea of how much decoration space you really have.
Beautiful, let's do it.
So I think if you have... Oh, I've gone through the Wizard Tower portal.
You will be returned to Queensdale.
No, I think I have the expansion on this account, so it should put me in the Wizard's Tower. But yeah,
you got excited about that portal.
Yeah, but Joel and Richie, you guys will be kicked back to Queensdale because
yeah,
that's where we were last at.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
We travel back. Yeah, so I guess this is a good time to point out that if you leave your homestead, other members of your party will get kicked out. And also, you can just join anyone's in your party in their homestead from like this menu. So I don't have it because this is my homestead, but Joel and Richie, if they right click on this, they'll have a join in homestead option. Yeah, and you see they're just able to pop right back in.
Yeah, there's actually an icon that shows up in that left-hand corner that says when they're in their homestead, so you'll get a little on-screen notification that,
have a good night, Buzz.
Oh, they're in their home, and then you can click on them and join in.
Mike, did you see the juvenile frog? Like a ranger pet? No, I didn't. I missed that.
If you're like, oh, I want to see what they're up to, or what they've decorated, or what they've done with the place.
Yeah, you don't need to go through the magic door if they're in your party and they're in their homestead already.
Yeah, so that was the Wizard's Tower portal, but whoops, I accidentally used. And this portal takes you to Lion's Arch.
Awesome.
We're getting a frog, apparently.
And then we...
I mean, with a frog, I would guess it would have some kind of move where it could like do like a tongue attack and pull, but the Fang de Boga has exactly that. So then that makes me think like, okay, it should have something different. So I don't know what they do with a frog.
We could do V mode or fly. Like I just want to show exactly how high up this thing goes and how far over. There are some questions I saw in chat about how big is this area and how far can you decorate. So once you've completed the mastery line, you can decorate this whole area all the way up to the top, all the way to the bottom of the ocean. So feel free to decorate where you want. I'm excited to see exactly how much stuff people change and how creative people are with all the tools that they're given.
I can put stuff like way out there. So I guess something we should mention is like you unlock various parts to decorate as part of the mastery line. So when you start out in your homestead, there'll be like a couple of rooms in there locked to you until you get the homestead mastery trait for it. I think I don't have it marked in this account because I have all the homesteads, but I believe this door is locked for you. And then
Yeah, it'll be the upstairs room and the downstairs side room. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this room will be locked.
But as you progress your masteries, you'll get access to do more and more in your homestead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the party. We left the party, so let me grab.
Your altar gone.
The altar, like, we're done partying.
All the cool people left.
You are the cool people. That's true.
All right. So that is homesteads. Is there anything else before we wrap up?
I don't think so. I'm just so excited to finally get like information out about this. I get to talk about it now.
Yeah. We just had a blog post earlier this week go up on our website that it is like a Q&A. It answers more questions. If you guys want to find out more information about homesteads, head over to guildwars2.com and look up that blog. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I think she was trying to use a bunch of clipping balloons to make it look like this barrel was frothing over with ale, but she got interrupted.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun. Joel, Sarah?
Yeah.
Did you guys have a blast? We made a party. We had ale.
I made a giant beer over here with like balloons to be the foam.
I love that, the fact that you can put decorations inside of other decorations to create like effects like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a blast. I'm really excited to see what everyone creates with all the tools available, and it's really exciting to finally be able to talk about it. And I'm excited to see, again, exactly how the player uses these tools and uses some of the things available to them will, help us decide on what we expand on in the future releases also. So we're excited to see what you play with.
Great. Yeah, please share your homesteads, your videos, your GIFs, your pictures on social media. Share them with our Twitter and different social accounts. We'll be sure to keep our eye out and retweet them. Thank you to Joel and Sarah and your entire Homestead team for all the work on this, and thanks for joining me today on this live stream. It was a pleasure. I also want to thank some folks behind the scenes that helped make this live stream possible. Summer and Stefan and Todd, thank you so much for that. And just in general, a couple of folks on our marketing team that help keep the players informed. Ruby and Jen on the forums and social media, David through our newsletter, and Joey's been helping with the blogs. Thank you guys so much for all your work. And please stay tuned. We have a lot of blogs and social posts coming out in the next couple of weeks as we ramp up to the August 20th launch of Janthir Wilds. It's just a couple weeks away, but keep tuned to our website and all of our social channels for more information. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, be safe, have fun, and game on. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Game on.
Thanks. Bye.
It continues for like another minute. Okay, there we go. The little thumbnails at the bottom. I'm like, oh, he waved by. Say skip. Okay, so they continued broadcasting for like another couple of minutes, but it was just thanks for watching. All right. Well, putting aside the fact that their audio was horrendous, it was a good showing. They definitely need a Noxxi over there to fix the audio. However, what the information that they provided during that was pretty cool. That was pretty neat. I love that the Gather All box is going to be available on launch. They told people that Mox and the cats are going to move over to the home instance. They showed a lot of the tools available to them. I am excited to see that the guild halls are also going to get these new creative tools. There's already such amazing things that have been made in the guild hall, such as like roller beetle and griffin races and things like that, and this is going to just level that up to another level. I can foresee, one, I already said I can foresee that people are going to be doing like hireable decorators for people who want to do that. I can also see a homestead fashion contest. Like, we already see content creators such as like Mighty Teapot and I think Loranity has done some like fashion contest type things where people show off like their fashion. You see people showing up looking like Darth Vader, things like that. I foresee people are going to be doing that kind of thing with homesteads. Like, you visit different ones and then you like vote on the winner, stuff like that. It could be fun community activities. But yeah, and then the fact that you can have 5 people in there, you can make your own jumping puzzles, you can make your own mount, obstacles. Like, there's more than enough room there. Plus, with the fact that you've got 3-dimensional space, you can make flying platforms. So you could make puzzles that go up into the sky and go pretty wide for, jackal races or raptor races or roller beetle races or just jumping puzzles. Just because of the side-to-side space, I think the guild halls will still be better for roller beetle races than the homestead, but just about everything else I think would work well there. Yeah, this is pretty cool. There was a lot of nice information there. I hope they can fix their mics. But yeah, if you guys missed anything, I've got a few people in chat saying I missed a moment where their Warclaw did like a triple jump in the air. I totally missed that. Someone else said they saw a juvenile frog, which would be like a new ranger pet if that is the case. So that is pretty neat too, if that is the case. And then also the door thing. I like that you can say, no, I don't want to see this door and hide it. But if you had a massive amount of people trolling and all dropping a door, I don't want to go through that menu for every single one. I think that they have made a solution to deal with griefing. I don't think they've made a good solution to deal with griefing. I would like to see that tweaked. Don't know if they will, but that's my thoughts on that. That's everything related to today's broadcast. If you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, or want to point out anything I missed, please put it in the comment section down below, and I'll fight you there.